Hello everyone, White Mage Serenia here along with...
The Neon Demon.
Welcoming you back to Let's Play... League of... God damn it! Help me out here! Wild Arms! Jeez!
Wild Arms?
I almost said League of Legends of Legaia. Jesus Christ!
Wow, it downgraded League of Legends, didn't it?
Yeah. I've never gotten tongue-tied that badly. Jeez. That would almost be a time when I would say, you know what, no, re-record, but no, screw it. I want to keep that in for this one.
Hey, at least this time League of Legends doesn't have any bad lag.
True.
Go beat him up.
I'm overextending. Crap.
I don't know what really special techniques would be.
I have no idea either. And I don't know why. There, I want the skates. Here we go. I'm gonna ram the door or the barrel.
I haven't played this since I've been in high school, man. I feel old.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Forward to the gods, the ultimate machine created to counter the demon's race. I'm an arms meister. Okay. But yeah, this is the Neon Demon. I'm sure you guys probably remember him from the stream if you were there, but it's also one of my really old friends as well. So.
Old in multiple ways.
Indeed.
I'm as old as dragons in dirt.
I believe you also have a co-op channel with your one buddy too. What's it called again? Demon Wolf no. Yeah, Demon Wolf
Gaming. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. DWG. Yeah, I like that.
we plan on doing more stuff soon. Eventually, we only got like 5 videos up, so.
Yeah, I mean, gotta start somewhere.
I had stuff on another channel before, but that's just me trying to figure out how to use programs.
Fair enough. I gotta say, I forget what the actual Earth Golem's name is. I know it's revealed later, but right now I'm having trouble remembering.
Me too. I really don't remember.
Where a light of illusion guards against intruders. Some say that the demons live there, but it's not certain. The Earth Golem should now be able to break through the light of illusion that is probably the demon's barrier.
I don't live there.
Jeez, why have I got the hiccups so bad already? Whew.
I always get stumped on what to say when recording.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I had that problem too when I was first starting out as well. Like, good lord, if you watch back my original Final Fantasy VI videos, I mean, good lord almighty. What was that, you know? Okay, where's my golem? Probably something else.
I remember why I liked this game so much, the soundtrack.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, the remake did a good job at recapturing it, but...
the intro wasn't as epic, though.
No, it really wasn't. It was more beautifully rendered, sure. The artwork was a little bit better in the anime intro, at least, but it still left a lot to be desired.
It kind of lost something in the process of that, though.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty general consensus, though.
Well, speaking of remakes, I'm still upset at Namco not bringing the remake of Tales of Destiny here.
Oh, there was a remake?
My favorite game ever. Well, role-play game, that is.
I didn't know there was a remake, honestly.
Yeah, but it didn't make it outside of Japan. At least to my knowledge, it didn't.
Ah.
It was for the PlayStation 2.
Oh yeah, you did show me a video about that, now that I think about it.
And we never got the real Tales of Destiny 2 either, which is actually Stan and Rudy's son is the main character in that one.
Yep. Our Tales of Destiny 2 is actually a game called Tales of Eternia.
Yeah, they should just left the Tales of Eternia.
True. And what's funny about that is I was actually playing through Tales of Destiny, well, Tales of Eternia, technically, our version of Tales of Destiny 2, and what's really funny is there's an Easter egg in the game where, I think it's on the second world, I think, and, like, you can dive the submarine under, and you'll find on the seafloor somewhere an actual part that says Tales of Eternia on there, and it's like, yeah, good job there, guys.
It's like we also never got Namco X Capcom.
That would have been
cool.
It's a shame.
I would totally own that game if it came here.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, that was the one really weird, funky, like, strategy type game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it had tons of characters from both.
Yeah, I know it had Sophatia from Soul Calibur, or Soul Edge more technically. Or was that Valkyrie from another game? Because I know those two looked a lot alike.
Well, they're kind of one and the same. That's where Sophatia came from, really, is the Valkyrie, which is an old arcade game, Valkyrie, made by Namco.
Oh, I see.
There's a lot of characters. I remember, I think Arthur's in it, Ryu, Rose, Felicia, Stan Aileron, Rudy.
I think it also had Oh wait, you said Stun. My bad.
Yeah. Had the Bison, Akuma, Cammy, guys.
I'm trying to think here. Stan's what the hell ever they were called, the Guardian type things, the Guardian Blades, I guess. His was Daimlos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I think it was. Oh man, I have to play it again.
I think it is Daimlos. I just
Swordians, weren't they, or something?
Oh, Swordian, yeah, that's right. Okay, did I... I'm pretty sure my golem's supposed to be out here somewhere. I'm a little confused. Oh yeah. Oops.
Kelowna was in that game too. That's right.
Who?
Kelowna the Wind.
Oh.
You know him. I have no idea what I'm talking about, dude.
Klona.
Yeah, the dog thingy with the hat, with the giant ears that look like hands.
Yeah. I've never actually played the game, but I've heard of Klonoa, or however the hell you pronounce it.
And Mitsurugi, or Heihohomaru, or whatever you go.
I'm trying to think. I know I'm supposed to go to the... Oh yeah, I can't do anything else yet. I have to go to the Photosphere. Or Protosphere, or whatever.
I remember getting really confused on this game towards the end of it, walking around with the golem, because I couldn't remember where to go to.
Yeah. I actually found a really good grinding spot the last time I played through the game. Like, not really so much a grinding spot, well, kind of. Because you fight really easy enemies, you can get like 5k EXP per time you fight them, but the real reason to fight them was because you could steal, I think, Ambrosius from them.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, yeah, that was really cool. Because, like, there was another enemy towards the end of the game as well where you could steal secret signs for Jack, but I don't remember what enemy that is.
As I said, the game's really faint on me. I can't remember. I just remember the beginning of it, really.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of wish I didn't let this game sit idle for so long. Because this is the first... Well, not... Okay, this is December 6th, and this is the third episode in succession that I've recorded so far. And it's been about a year and a half since I last recorded Wild Arms. And I'm so upset that I let it go that long.
Oh, that's not good, man. You're backlogged on a lot of games, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, actually.
And every game, you keep going to role play games, man.
Yeah, I know. This is...
the longest games imaginable.
Yeah, I know. It's like, damn it. Why do I do that? Then again, it's all I've ever really played, honestly.
Everybody wants to see you play Demon Souls. Come on.
Oh, man. Well, I know a lot of them wanted me to play 7th Saga, which I might actually do someday. I don't know.
I think a lot of people over-exaggerate. I never found 7th Saga to be that hard myself.
Well, it's because if you... Like, it is hard if you go in unprepared. It's very unforgiving, and it's... From what I've seen of it so far, it's very unforgiving to the unprepared party. But if you have any experience with RPGs at all, then it's not that bad. You just got to know to grind.
That's probably where I had it, because I came from a totally different generation of RPGs. You know, I was playing Ultima and stuff back in the day. You want to talk about not, being screwed over if you weren't prepared. That was the days to do it. Or old text crawl adventures like Zork and... which are older than me.
Whoa. I'm getting
I'm 40.
I'm getting an odd audio glitch.
I am too. It sounds like a loud buzzing.
Hopefully that'll clear up, because I don't know what caused it.
Jack is farting.
There we go.
Must have just been in that battle.
That was weird, though. But yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
There's, like I said, there's a lot of games that I wanted to do. And it's like... pretty much what happened is, I lost, like, the passion to do LPs for a long time. It's like, oh, I've got all these games on these back burners now, but I want to do this and this game. God bless America, you know. And you got to do what games you're passionate about. Like, if you don't feel passionate about the game that you're LPing at that point in time, there's no point. Otherwise, you're just going to drone about. And I agree with that's where I agree heavily on with Nintendo Capri Sun. And like, it doesn't matter if you get 10 projects going if you don't really feel like you're up to that game at that certain specific time.
That's true.
You know, and it's like a lot of people put way too much stock in having more than one project, and even I make this mistake myself. It's like, I've got Wild Arms, I've got Legaia 2, I've got this, that, and the other thing, and it's like, and it makes me feel kind of swamped. When really, you just need to take it one step at a time, and that's what I need to teach myself. You know, if I feel like I want to record Legend of Dragoon one day, then I should record Legend of Dragoon. If I feel like I want to record Legaia 2, I should record Legaia 2. It shouldn't matter if I have 50 million games going on at once, as long as I can eventually get them all done.
Yeah. And a lot of your problem, too, is you had a lot of PC issues as well.
True.
During these times.
Yeah, I mean, the PC problems now are obviously alleviated. It's just getting back that passion to LP, that's the hard part. I mean, it's so much fun when I actually am recording, but then comes the editing and other things like that, and it's like, eh.
That's one of the reasons why I like recording with a partner. I think it brings a lot of extra spirit to the video.
Oh, hell yeah. Like, when I was recording with Dreamer all those times with Final Fantasy VIII, that's part of the reason it kept me going so much.
Keeps you... Especially... I don't know if I could do the same as you. You got a bit more constitution. Like, I think I would get a bit bored quickly recording a role-playing game without another person along to enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I can certainly understand that. And for me, I have to be really into the game. Like Final Fantasy VI, that's a game that I love doing. There was never a moment where I was like, man, I don't want to do this LP anymore, I'm bored. I got frustrated, because of all
it's a great game.
True. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did get frustrated, like, when I'm recording. You see, back then, okay, when I was on my old computer, it made it so that if I recorded for, like, say, 30, 40 minutes at a time, the video could get horribly desynced. And then, like, that's why you'd see me get really frustrated if I had an episode where I got 9, 10, of 5 to 6 random battles in a single sitting, because each one of those random battles were taking 2 to 3 minutes each. And that could add up to another 20 minutes of footage that I had to edit out to fit it down to 10 minutes. So add into that, with the recording problems, desync issues, losing footage, all that other stuff, yeah, it pissed me off quite a bit at times.
And all the time to render, then upload.
Exactly. It would take me 2 hours just to render a 10-minute video back then. Not even kidding. Not to mention, since I have a really crappy internet, it would take even longer to freaking upload the thing.
Oh, I know that, Phil. Well, ever since I've known you, you've always had internet issues.
Oh, no doubt. All those times we'd play, you know, FF11, and I'd just get disconnected at random because I had dial-up back then. Jeez.
It puts a damper on things. That might be the reason why I did as good as I did, because I had to make up for a lot whenever you disconnected.
Yep. Oh, man.
I miss those days.
As do I. I don't know. But, like, I mean, I don't miss the disconnections. I just... I think you know what I meant.
I don't think any of us do.
Oh, man.
What's that?
I know, right? That stuff's been practically phased out nowadays. If you don't at least have DSL, something's wrong with you.
I do miss the charm of the dial-up. You know, the dial tone when you connect to the internet, then the weird static.
Yeah.
Until you realize you've been sitting there for a half hour listening to that noise, like, oh man.
Yeah.
And if somebody called, you just want to put a bullet in your head.
I'm just glad I was able to convince my mom that it would actually have been cheaper to go DSL and ditch the second phone line that we had, because we literally had 2 phone lines and the internet. And it's like,
it was cheaper.
Yeah, it's like, hey mom, we can get faster internet with DSL and kill the other phone line, and guess what? You don't tie up the internet with the phone at all, or phone with the internet anymore, and you can kill the second phone line, and there you go. So I was able to get DSL, so that was...
I remember you having trouble talking into that too, because it's like, well, what if we need use of the second line? And it was...
It's like, really, mom? Then again, she's not very tech savvy, like, at all. She's like, a computer? What's that? Pretty much.
It's okay.
Jack almost bit the big one. But Cecilia healed him.
I forgot how awkward the battle scenes looked in this game.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was early PS1. I mean, very early.
This was back before Final Fantasy VII, so...
Yeah, I think it came out just before it, actually. Like, maybe a couple months or a year before.
Yeah, this is early PlayStation RPG.
Hey, yar.
And it's great.
It is, actually. This is one of those games that kind of proves that graphics aren't everything. Which I think I honestly think that that's a lot of the reason why people had problems with the remake, because the graphics are really good for that, and I think a lot of people didn't like it as well because it took features that weren't in the original Wild Arms, like stuff from Wild Arms 2 and 3, and added them in. But I thought they did a really good job with it, honestly. I have no complaints with the Wild Arms remake, honestly. It's not as good as the original, but it's a damn solid remake.
Personally, I wish they would have kept like this overview, the cartoony look of this, but then it went into the battle system. That was where it was updated at.
Yeah,
I would have liked that better.
That probably would have been a good idea, actually. Who knows? But like here lately, I haven't even been editing out the random battles. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it lessens the workload on me. And since I have no time limit anymore, it's like, what's the point, really?
True. Filler.
Yeah, I don't know if your co-op channel has a time limit right now or not, but I know I don't, so...
I don't know. It don't matter to me. I can work with it.
True. I mean, if you do have it...
I like limiting mine because I'm trying to put my videos in at least 720p, and that takes a long time to load.
Yeah.
To upload. Oh, man.
Especially if you don't have good internet. Like for me, like if my video is 500 megabytes, it's going to take me 3, 4, maybe 5 hours to upload that. Heaven forbid if it's a gigabyte. God bless. Because I uploaded one file a couple weeks ago. As a matter of fact, I think it was my Plants vs. Zombies video. I rendered that thing out in HD. Yeah, that thing was 956 megabytes. It took me 9 hours to upload. Thank God I can let things upload overnight.
You just go to bed and let it do its thing.
Yeah. And a bunch of potion berries. Yay!
That's one of the things I do like about Google Chrome is the whole, even if you disconnect and it reconnects, it'll continue to upload it.
Yeah, although sometimes that glitches, like really badly. Because I've had it...
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've had it for the last couple times. Like, it'll save my progress where the video uploaded last, until I reboot my computer, that is. But when it resumes it, it'll say that it's resuming and uploading, but it actually isn't. So I actually
had that happen once.
Yeah, so what I end up having to do is literally start that same upload again while it's still uploading, and then cancel the first one so that the second one starts fresh. And it's like, oh, really? But I think the reason behind that is because it's a Google Chrome feature and not actually something with YouTube, so it's kind of like interfering with the something. I don't know.
It's kind of a work in progress too, because you gotta remember YouTube is owned by Google.
True. I can't tell if YouTube got better or worse since Google bought them, honestly.
A little of both, probably.
Yeah, there's certain aspects that have gotten better, like YouTube's definitely been more mainstreamed, but at the same time, it's no longer YouTube, it's more like corporate tube, from what I've heard.
Hey, that's how life works, if something becomes popular.
True. A lot of, like, with this whole new homepage thing that they're doing, and the premium accounts that I've been hearing about, it's like, if you don't have a premium account, you're not going to get views anymore, or something like that. I don't know, like, the whole details behind that, but it's essentially, you're not going to get noticed unless you get the premium account. And then on the homepage and stuff, they're putting, like, Hollywood stuff and this, that, and the other thing, and it's no longer, like, top of the line user-created content. It's Hollywood bullcrap. I don't know.
I have a feeling that if they fully do that and make it to where people can't have a really hard time finding the people that they like. Like, for example, your channel, people had a hard time finding that, but could find all this Hollywood stuff. That'll kill them, because the reason why YouTube's popular is because it's not your normal Hollywood schlock.
Exactly. If they want sick. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No problem. If they want stuff like that, I mean, there's stuff like there's places like Veo and like Hulu and crap like that.
But there's a reason why people come on here instead of watching their TVs now. And once they do that, well, then all you're doing is just replacing the television with another reincarnation of it, you know?
Yeah. But, like, honestly, I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are making it out to be. Because, well, there's different ways to get your videos out and whatnot. Like, Facebook's a very good place to start, you know?
Yeah, and making friends is one of them.
True. I'm just thankful that I have the subscribers that I have now. I mean, I'm at least decent.
Your subscribers are pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel bad, though, for people that don't have really any subscribers starting out. Because, I mean...
everybody starts somewhere.
True.
Sometimes you gotta find your niche. Like me, I got nothing either, but, you know, I gotta find that niche. Me and my buddy do, so...
I'm still, honestly, I'm still surprised that I have as many subscribers as I do. Because when I first started making videos, a lot of you don't know this actually, but when I first started making videos, I had like 30 subscribers going into it, like 30. No, that's nothing. I had a couple of Final Fantasy 11 videos up, and that was it. And I had 30 subscribers just based on that. But then I started making LPs, you know, my first LP being Final Fantasy 6, which was inspired by H.C. Bailey's Let's Play of the original Final Fantasy. And then, like, from there, it was kind of crazy that my LP, my Final Fantasy 6 LP, is what eventually got Nintendo Capri Sun involved. So H.C. Bailey inspired me, who then turned around and inspired Nintendo Capri Sun, and now NCS is one of the freaking top top YouTubers / top LPers of all time right now, right up there with Jugga Conroy and Proton John. So it's like crazy to think about, even though I'm still like running in the low class, I guess, but that's fine by me. I never was worried about how many subscribers I had, as long as I had fun doing what I do.
Well, that's what it is about fun and other people enjoying it. And even if you went back down to just 30, as long as those people enjoyed it, you'd still do it, right?
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Sharing your experiences with others and having fun.
Yep. Although, I can't, like, sometimes I feel like my LP quality has either went down or up. I don't know. Like, I'm not being, well, I never was being fake, per se, but I don't feel like I have to condense my experiences or anything anymore without, you know, with the removing of the time limit. But because I record longer videos now, my commentary becomes kind of stale and finding hard, you know, it becomes increasingly hard to find stuff to say. So I usually just react, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's the way to do it. And if anything, if you want people to hear specific things that you think are really hilarious, take episodes out and, you know, just record the specific little bit and put it up. You did that before, actually. I remember it with one of somebody interrupting you while you was doing one, and I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was, like, I really wish I had a bit more of an interesting life, like, because I don't think I have an interesting one at all. I'm a guy that pretty much sits in my room and plays video games and records it for the YouTubes. And that's about it, you know. But
it's interesting enough, because who wants to hear you talk about climbing a mountain while you're playing a game?
True.
That would make people like, oh, this is boring.
Well, yeah, the game. I guess that is true, though, because freaking Nintendo Capri Sun, that's pretty much what he does. He's just your average kind of guy. And yet people absolutely love his stories and whatnot. Because, like, I don't know, I forget what I need to do to remove the status effect that Jack had. Oh, yeah, light shrooms. There it is. But, like, yeah, he just talks about his everyday average life, and people are like, wow, this guy's really interesting. And I don't have stories like that as much as I wish I did. I mean, I don't recall them as clearly as NCS does, you know what I mean?
Well, he's really good at what he does, and it's the way that he tells them. It's very down to earth.
True.
That's more of just his personality shining through. We all got our own strong points.
Yeah. I mean, like, he reminds me of myself a lot. I'm just nowhere near as confident as he is in terms of how he speaks. Like, I still stutter, I still get nervous, and I still kind of, I don't know. I feel like I feel like my Let's Play has gone less professional and more realistic, I guess, now, with without having the time limit now.
Well, there's There's nothing too wrong with that. If you wanted to, you could always mix it up and make some that are like this, and make others you want to be more professional.
True. There is that.
Right now, we're just shooting the breeze anyway. It's
True.
not like you're playing something... Like, if you was playing a game that didn't really have to rely so much on random battles,
Yeah.
that would be a different story altogether.
Oh, man. That was one of the things I hate. You know, this is kind of backwards, and it's kind of right alongside with my personality. Back then, when I only had 10-minute time limits, I had to edit out pretty much every random battle unless it was a new enemy. And that, in and of itself, was a hassle because of the fact that... Oh, this guy. Anyway, that was kind of a hassle in and of itself because I had a really bad computer, so the processor was bad. So it would take me about 5 minutes to edit out 2 minutes of footage, just because my computer would just freeze up for a while, just to even... Like, you know how... You, like, if you're watching a video or whatever, and you can click around on the timeline or whatever, and it'll jump straight to that point, no time to load or whatever.
Yeah.
On my old computer, I would jump to a certain spot where I knew there was a random battle, and I'd have to sit there and wait 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time for it to load, then make the cuts, and then it would take like another minute just for the cut to show up, and then I'd have to do it again, and then remove it. So I was looking at hour, 2 hours, just editing a simple 30-minute video down to 10 minutes. And then, like...
irony here.
Yeah.
You got a computer that can do that easily now, and you don't even worry. Whatever.
I mean, I'd have to if I had the time limit, but, you know, since I got my account to where I can't, or I don't have to worry about the time limit anymore, it's like, screw it. You know, if it comes, if like ever since I've not been cutting out random battles, it's like everyone else. See, okay, like when I was editing out random battles, almost almost every other comment that I was getting, either, well, not necessarily comments, but some private messages and whatnot, it was like, how do I say this? Some people were like, hey, why don't you leave in the random battles? We actually like these, you know, just leave the random battles in. And then I'm like, no, I want to get as much as I can in the 10 minutes. And it's like, okay, now I don't have a time limit. Okay, I don't want to edit out the random battles. It saves on the workload. Why not?
There you go. That's a good thing about it, man.
True. And what's funny is I've maybe gotten 3, maybe 4 complaints out of 200 or 300 compliments. So it's like, if it becomes too much of an issue, I'll start editing them out again. But right now, there's just not enough people saying, hey, this is a bad idea, just edit them out, this, that, and the other thing. It's just been something that people's like, I would prefer if you edited them out, but I don't really care otherwise, you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of times it's probably the people saying that you would prefer it. They would prefer you editing them out is for the fact that a lot of people don't got enough time in the day to watch like an hour or 2 hour long video.
True, but that's the thing I like about what YouTube did as well. They added a feature to where your videos, like if you have a longer video, it will literally pause the video if like it'll remember where you left off in the video, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's actually really great.
So I mean, that makes it so that I don't have to feel bad about making my videos as long as I normally would. Otherwise, I'd be splitting them into parts. Although when it comes to like my Legaia 2 videos or any like PlayStation 2 video or whatever, I am gonna have to split those up if I go like 30-40 minutes. But that's not so much for the user's convenience as much as it is for me, because honestly, yeah, because those files get huge.
They take up a lot more.
Yeah.
That's what was getting me recording in HD games that are... Because eventually I'd like to do some recordings of a lot more powerful. Because I'd love to do a recording with my buddy. If anything, I know he wanted to see some of it. He'd like to play it, but his computer can't handle it. The original Crisis. And that will be a workload and a half.
I would say so, but at least you have the internet to support it somewhat. I mean, yeah. For you, it would take you, what, 3 hours? No, I'd say about 4, maybe 5 hours to upload a 2 GB file, to be fair. Oh, man. I wish I had the kind of internet that Dreamer has, though, because, good lord, he can upload a gigabyte in, like, 10 minutes or something. It's ridiculous.
That's insane.
I want internet... Well, he can download a gigabyte in, like, 10 minutes, excuse me, but to upload a gigabyte, it would probably be, like, an hour, if that.
I wish we had a better internet provider in the region that we live in.
Oh, don't you know it. It's like, yeah, we could get really fast, satellite internet, but satellite internet, yeah, ooh, crap. No.
I don't know. That's the way everything's going,
Well, I mean, it's not so much that satellite internet is bad, it's just really unreliable from what I hear.
But cable internet, you know, if we're gonna be fair, can be interrupted really easily.
True, and cable internet's usually off a party line system anyway.
Yeah, and it can be, especially here in America, they toggle the lines so it messes with people's internets because they're trying to save money on their.
They throttle it. Not only do they throttle it, but it is still on the party line system. So it's like if everyone else is on the internet at the exact same time and you're trying to download or upload a big file, what'll end up happening is you may have like a 10 megabyte connection, but good luck getting even 500 kilobytes of that, especially if you're in primetime mode. Because that's what happens with Sam a lot, because he does have cable. Yeah, he has 10 megabyte internet, sure, but it gets throttled quite a bit, and again, he's on cable, so when everyone else is on, he goes slower than me. A lot of people in the States just aren't clever, though, because where they are big corporations, I know if I was paying for a big cable internet, and I somehow figure out that they were throttling it, I would probably sue, because that's a lot of money that you're paying to not get full access to your services. True. You'd think they'd have a priority system or something. But even then, though, it's like, if you pay, it's like, I don't know these figures myself, just based on what I've heard, but it's like, if you pay, say, $80 a month for, 10 megabyte connection or something, you know, yeah, you're gonna get more, quote-unquote, speed, and you might get a bigger bandwidth cap, but at the same time, you still have that bandwidth cap, so... Yeah. It's kind of like, I would much rather have DSL. DSL may be slower than cable, but it's so much more reliable, so it wins out in the long run. Yeah. And even then, I don't know if you could really say it's that much slower, per se. Yeah. Though, what I've heard about satellite internet, though, is it's pretty much the same thing as satellite television. Yeah, you'll have a lot of speed, but anything anything under the sun can interrupt it. And the more your signal gets interrupted, the slower you'll go. And good luck you're using the internet when it's raining out, that kind of thing. So. Oh yeah. Whenever it's raining around here, it's horrible. Yeah, we got the teardrop back. The Protosphere and the Mother derive their powers from the teardrop. Now that the power is down, you can attack the Mother. This is your one chance and only chance. Humans, this is as far as I go. If you do not destroy Mother now, your world will suffer the same fate as mine. Beware the phantom of the tile floor. Pretty much. That guy always reminds me of, like, freaking, the robed guys from Kingdom Hearts 2. The whole, God, what's their... Organization 13, there it is. I knew it was something 13. I don't remember. I really don't remember Kingdom Hearts 2. It just... I don't know. I played through it once and I thought it was sort of stale. Yeah. If it had been longer, maybe. It's a great game, personally, but... Or at least in my opinion, but at the same time, it is a little bit lacking. I don't know. I never jumped on the Kingdom Hearts phase, I guess. I love the first one, but after that... I'm like, the first one's all I really needed. To me, that was a big blast of nostalgia. It was fun, but after that, it feels like they're just kind of milking it. Yeah. To me, it does this. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 were both pretty good. In fact, I think I preferred 2 over the first one in terms of actual gameplay. But gameplay-wise, it was better. Yeah. I didn't like the story as much, though. Yeah, I'll give you that one. But like, I actually need to return to that LP eventually, because, like, I don't think I ever got my file caught back up. That's the I think that's the reason I haven't recorded it anymore. I have the tools. Well, I mean, my excuse before was I didn't have the proper TV to record, and I couldn't use my HD TV because it was, like, blurry and stuff. But now that I have my SD TV back, I have no real excuse other than I don't feel like it. But I really should have at some point. Final Fantasy X I'm a bit iffy on, because... that game was like fated not to happen from the get-go, because I was recording FF10 and got so far in, and that was when my first PS2 died. I'm like, well, crap. So I got a second PS2, I got mine repaired, and then I'm playing through it again, and then that PS2 dies, and it's like, well, crap. And then... Well, have you got many requests for Final Fantasy X, though? There for a while, people were like, when are you going to return to FF10 and Kingdom Hearts 2? And I was like, yeah, soon, hopefully. But I know people more concerned with Final Fantasy VIII than they ever were 10. Yeah. In fact, I'm not 100% done with 8 yet. I still need to fight Omega Weapon. Although that's bonus, so
Get your lame prize for doing it.
yeah, really.
Congratulations. Oh, hmm.
Yeah, that was so lame. I was expecting, you know, like some big awesome prize, and I get that. It's like, really? Freaking blinky corners. It's like, you have defeated the strongest weapon or strongest monster in the game. Grats? How do you feel? Cheaped.
I feel like not playing this game anymore.
Yeah. But to be fair, what could they really give you? Because the way that the weapons were set up, you know, it's like, you know, like the weapon.
Like you could take advantage of whatever it is anyway. You're right there towards the end. So.
True, and then like you can't equip gear. You know, you can't equip armor and accessories, so they can't give you like the most powerful armor / accessory in the game. Your weapons are crafted, so they can't just outright give you those. And
they
then
could have made weapon a summon.
True, yeah, that would have been really nice.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, and then it would use freaking Tetra Break, and you know, be like. Do 40,000 damage, kind of like Eden. That would have been cool as hell.
I'll smash your face, Grievous. Bam.
Yeah. But yeah, I need to do that at some point. At least get that out of the way. But then again, since it's bonus material, I have no real like obligation to do it. It's just kind of bonus material. I mean, hell, it took me a year to get back to Legaia and finish off the bonus material there. So, actually, no, it took me 2 years. Well, when I finished Legends of Legaia, the first one... I
must have missed those videos.
Huh?
I must have missed your bonus ones of Legend of Legaia.
Yeah, they were posted, like, a couple months ago. And it took me 2 years to actually get back to them, because it was like, nah, it's bonus materials, no big deal, the game's done, whatever. I didn't want...
Well, to be fair, for the past few months, it's been really easy to miss stuff in your subscription box as well.
True. Doesn't help that I upload 2 or 3 videos at a time sometimes, so they probably got buried somewhere.
And your uploads are at weird times of the day.
Yeah.
So it gets buried under all the other content by the people that are like have like a specific schedule.
Yeah, I think that like I try to adhere to an upload schedule, but it's just my life, my own personal schedule is so random as it is. I don't really know when I'm gonna have time to do that. It's like
and your internet kind of keeps you back from as well. You get it uploaded when I see you do.
True. I mean, it's like, if my internet wasn't so crappy, I'd have no problem of throwing up a video at, say, 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and not have to worry about it. Be up in 30 minutes, whatever. But I do a lot of stuff with the internet, and when I'm uploading, it throttles me down to crap. Like, I can't do damn thing. Like, we're talking... enough lag that would cause 700-800 latency on League of Legends, which would entail a 5 to 6 second delay on everything. And it's like, I can't watch videos, pretty much. And then it's like, I can't watch other videos because it's going to take me 30 minutes to load a 5-minute clip. I can't really do that. I can't, like, you know, play any online games because, again, 5 to 6 second delay. I can barely talk.
Interesting solutions to that is like find clips by people that you like a lot that are really, really long and let them all buffer first.
Yeah.
And after they're all fully loaded, you know, go do something like go make some food and, you know, clean up or whatever you need to do for the day, and then start uploading while you're watching those things and just let them upload so you don't have to worry about the speed being throttled then.
True, actually, that's not a bad idea.
That's what I do, at least.
Yeah. I think I have done that a couple times, actually, without even thinking about it. Oh, wow. Hello, Stormdrake. Haven't seen you in a while.
I want your horn, you turtle unicorn.
Let's see if this...
At least that's what it looks like on my screen right now.
A dragon unicorn. A dragunicorn, yeah.
Dragunicorn. Watch out, it'll use jump on you. Then it'll do impulse drive.
I love the sound effects of the monsters in this game. How, like, fake the sound effects sound.
Back in the day, things were a lot simpler.
Yep. Well, how about the clown guys with the umbrellas that sound like cats? When you hit them, like, okay.
Well, I think people are getting way too cynical with certain things, though, now. And
Yeah.
people overlook stuff. A good example is Final Fantasy 13. A lot of people are complaining like, well, I don't care as much for music and stuff. To be honest, if we're comparing it to old games, you're probably not paying attention to the music that much because there's
Dialogue.
there's constant dialogue going on. Whereas the old games, the music was kind of setting the mood as you read the dialogue.
A perfect example would be one I hark on quite a bit, Final Fantasy VI. That music is probably one of my all-time favorite soundtracks of any video game ever, but then again, I have a strict bias for 6 because it's my favorite in the series, so I don't know if that's valid or not. Huh?
Well, it's up there with mine, too. If it's not my top, it ties with the top one in Final Fantasy. Because it's just such a great story.
The one thing I keep hearing a lot of, though, is that Final Fantasy VI, in and of itself, realistically, isn't that good of a story. It's more so that our Ted Woosley script, the American Tom Woosley, or Ted Woosley, Tom or Ted Woosley? Anyway, Woosley's script. Yeah. From what I am to understand, is that script is what salvaged the game and made it the classic that it is now.
I don't know if that's really fair to put it because it's on how you translate it. Translating a Japanese story to English isn't as easy as some might think.
True. Because it's like, yeah, kind of like they could have words kind of like there, and there for us. You know,
well, sentence structure is completely different in Japanese.
Well, true, but that's the same thing with any foreign language. Like, I'm sure you've noticed, like, with Spanish and things, like, when you translate it back from Spanish to English directly without actually trying to, transcribe it, you'll end up with something like, pretty much broken English. Like, you know how we would say that fish smells like crap or something?
Yeah.
And then
it's still closer than in Japanese because there's kind of a structure. I think it's like goes like bird. The actual subject of it, I think, is specifically towards the end. I don't know. It's been a while since I've tried to learn Japanese.
The Japanese dialect puts the verb first, where we put the noun first usually. So, if you were to take a sentence from Japanese and translate it back into English, we'll say the fish smells like crap or something. If you were to say that sentence in Japanese and then turn right around and just translate it word for word in English without even trying to transcribe it at all, it would sound something like crap. Or let's see. I had it perfect in my head, and then when I tried to say it, it derped. It's like crap smells of this fish or something like that. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't even be that good. It's been a while since I've done any study on Japanese, but it's a totally different structure altogether. Whereas at least Spanish, that all those in Italian and French, they all come from Europe, so there's still similarities there.
True.
But when we're going like Oriental languages, it's kind of different. Because we share similar characters, whereas like in Chinese and Japanese and Black, their characters are set up completely different.
Okay, it would be like, every time, I get the example perfect in my head, but then when I go to say it, it derps, and I lose it. It would be like, smells like crap does this fish, or something like that. That would be a better example, I guess.
Sort of, yeah.
I don't even know
but
what...
even sometimes some of the best stories are pretty simple, but actually, for what it is, Final Fantasy VI was rather complex for most RPG stories for the time.
Yeah.
And the only games I can think that rival it, and they're purely epic, is the Ultima series, but not many people that I know really got to experience them.
I never did, that's for sure. But, like, there's one game... Like, what was I gonna say? I keep losing my train of thought for some reason. But, like...
You're gonna kick this robot in the balls.
Yeah, it's Lolithia. The golem that was stolen from the Not Millennial Fair, that's freaking Chrono Trigger. The carnival thingy that was at the start of this game.
There is a lot of similarities between Chrono Trigger and Wild Arms, isn't there?
A little bit, yeah.
Even in art style, it's a little bit. Not really, but...
Yeah, it's kind of grasping at straws in that one, but I can certainly see where you're going.
Well, the golems, they...
Mystic Potion Berry. But yeah, Final Fantasy VI, I'm actually kind of on the fence on that one, because a lot of people have asked me this from time to time, And it's like, would you like to see a remake, a true remake of Final Fantasy VI? Part of me is like, yeah, I mean, if they do it right, it could be so awesome. I would personally like to see it. But the other part of me is like, no, don't mess with the classic. Don't do it at all. I would much rather see, you know, a remake of Final Fantasy VII. Because then again, Final Fantasy VII was 3D, so that one's a bit more realistic to see, you know, to think about.
Not a remake, how about a reimagining of it?
Yeah, that too.
Would you...
Wait, you mean...
What do you think about reimagining of it?
You mean 6? That would depend on how they do it, I guess. Like a retelling of, I guess. But, I mean, hey, it would all...
That's what they did with 3.
Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they?
The Part 3 on DS is nothing like the original. Nothing like it at all.
Well, at least the earlier part, like the start of the game, I think. But after that, it does kind of...
It's still got the same story in a lot of context. But the way it's told is totally different.
Yeah, but like... I don't think I've ever really truly explained my stance on this, though. But maybe having someone along that actually feels the same way and has experienced it the same way I did. Final Fantasy VI is my all-time favorite. There's no question about it. And then, like, you know how if a certain game is your absolute favorite, you're going to love pretty much all versions of the game? If it's the same game, more or less? Well, that's not true for me in Final Fantasy VI. I love Final Fantasy VI, Super Nintendo, and the PlayStation version. The Game Boy Advanced version doesn't exist to me.
Well, that was just a poor port, though. In all fairness, that was
True.
A really poor port of the game. They messed up the music. That's one of the big things, like big no-no there. The music sounded horrible in it.
Yeah, I mean, I can give it at least some credit because it's very good in terms of being portable. I'll give you that. Like if I was traveling a lot and the only thing I had was my Game Boy Advance and I really wanted to play Final Fantasy VI, why the hell not? But if I was in a situation where I could choose between the GBA or the PlayStation version, I'm gonna go for the PlayStation version, honestly.
Yeah, well, even if the person's never experienced it and they only had access to the Game Boy version, yeah, play it. It's a great game and you'll still enjoy it. It's not a great version of the game, but you'll still get the enjoyment of the story.
Yeah, true. I mean, I admit that I'm a little bit harsh on the game, but, you know, Final Fantasy VI is my all-time favorite. It really is. And to see them botch it that much, it irks me so bad.
No, I understand fully what you mean.
Yay! One thing I will say about, since we're on the topic of remakes and reimaginings,
being interfaced. Oh wait.
One thing I will say, they did one thing in Wild Arms, the remake, that I really enjoyed. They made a lot of the bosses a lot harder. Like, in this one, like that boss that I just now fought, Lolithia, she was a lot harder in the remake. But nowhere near as hard as, a couple of the other optional boss fights. You can fight the optional bosses on this one too, but they're pushovers compared to how they are in the remake. Oh my god. They actually feel like bosses in the remake. Here, they kind of feel like just normal battles.
Well, to me, optional bosses should usually always feel stronger than the actual bosses.
True.
Because they're not really there. They're not impeding on the story. There should be a challenge.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go look for treasure. I really should be stopping this part of the video soon, but I might just let this one go on a little bit longer since I am close to a boss fight and close to an end of a chapter, I guess.
You gotta beats it.
Yarp. I forgot how long Wild Arms actually is. Like, I thought I was near the end of the game before, but I'm nowhere near the end of the game. I'm probably a good 30%... No, to be fair, about 45% in the game.
I love how it messes with a lot of people at the beginning of it. Credit roll, that was a short game.
Uh-huh.
Fooled you.
Uh-huh. Guilty. Guilty as charged. I had that happen to me so many times back then. That's part of the reason I never finished this game when I was a kid.
Because he's like, oh, that was the fast game.
Yeah.
I'm glad I only rented it or whatever. Then you go, whoa, that's nowhere near.
And what's funny about that, okay, is when I first played Wild Arms, it was just after I played a game based off Tenchi Muyo. it was a ROM hack, I guess. I don't know, but it was a Japanese game translated in English, fan patched. And it was
Was it that tactical one?
Yeah, the one that played like Final Fantasy Tactics, and I completed that game in like
good.
Yeah, but I finished it in like 3 or 4 hours, and I'm like, wow, that was really short. So I was thinking, okay, maybe Wild Arms is one of those type games, and I've probably already told this story before, but I might as well tell it again because why not? Because it's been forever and a day since I've recorded Wild Arms, and it's like I make it to that point, all right, and the credits roll, and I'm looking everywhere to go. You know, I thought it was one of those games where you could play after the credits. You know, kind of like, there's another game like that, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, actually. You can actually play the game after the credits roll, and you continue to play and stuff and go around and talk to people. And so I was thinking...
It's not that much fun after you've beat it.
Yeah. So I was sitting there thinking to myself that maybe Wild Arms was one of those type games. And, so I was like, oh, okay, well... Whatever, I beat it, I guess. That was really easy. And then, like, I spent a good 2 or 3 days just running around trying to figure out what the hell to do. And I guess I kept getting lost in the cave after you go from the Kingdom of Adlehyde after you've beaten Berserk or Berserk. And I never could find out where to go. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm at the end of the game then, because there's nowhere else I can go. And I took the game back. I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And lo and behold, the next, like 2 or 3 weeks later, I found a strategy guide that was talking about Wild Arms. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I think I beat this game, so I'm going to look. I'm going to see if this really was the end of the game. And then I see this ad. It's like, Wild Arms Continued. I'm like, oh, I see. There's a second game. You know, it's like getting the teardrop back and all this other stuff, but no, that's actually the rest of the game.
That's the rest of the
game. And I didn't even know that until, actually, like 3 or 4 years ago, actually. It was that long.
I love how it does that.
And here we fight the Mother. I don't remember what to do, but I just think to Trickster everything. Trickster always, Let's haste my mage here. Cecilia! Oh, yes.
No, don't hit him in his tail.
Oh, okay. Has nothing anyway. Whoop. Oh boy, Migratite Hollow. That looks like it's gonna hurt. That really hurt.
This almost looks like it belongs to be like a boss in Einhander or some side-scrolling shooter. Especially that movie just done with the lasers.
Yeah. The arena kind of reminds me of the sorceress fight at the start of Disc 4 in Final Fantasy VIII as well. When you're fighting all the sorceresses and stuff, and then with the background all melty. 1359 damage.
Makes me think of Unalesca as well.
God, that's a fight I am not looking forward to if I go back to Final Fantasy X.
At least she's fun to look at.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Not fun to fight though. Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was growing up to a totally different era of RPGs. I'm kind of a slut to the grind. I'm way prepared for all this stuff way before I get to the things.
Well, the thing with Unalesca, though, and she's hard no matter how you slice it.
That's all in the technique that you use.
I guess. But, like, what really got it for me, and this is massive spoilers, but whatever. It didn't matter. But, like, what really got for me is she has one move that turns you into a zombie.
Yeah, and you can't cure yourself.
Yeah.
And if you try to cure a zombie, she kills you.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
And then, like, not only that, but if you're not in zombie, she has this one move called Megadeth that is an AoE death that ignores death immunity. It's like, really? So you more or less have to fight that fight her as a zombie. And then while you're a zombie, she's just sitting there spamming Kiraga on you or full life. And it's like, God bless, what am I supposed to do here? You know, you have it's like a massive battle of wits and pure luck for me. Oh, I hated it. I hated it so much.
I've played a couple of RPGs that had similar fights like that, so it didn't shock me too much.
Of course, that fight didn't. That fight you just expect to be hard. You know, it's hard for a reason. It's also towards the end of the game, so it's like, why not, right? Well, the one fight though that
totally fool you into making that think that is the last fight, and then like, oh,
yeah. One of the things that really upsets me the most though was the third fight with Seymour. Hate that fight. I will forever and a day hate that fight.
Which one is that? Is that the one where he's doing like the roulette of elementals?
That's the one in Mount Gagazet.
I still can't remember exactly which fight that is, because
it's the one where he's like a chariot-looking arc thing.
But is he constantly changing like his elemental effects or something like that? I know one of the battles.
Yeah, that's the fourth one. That's the final time you fight him.
Yeah.
The third time's the one where he has a combo move. Like, he gets 2 turns back to back for this, and then it's like his little pet thing will turn you into a zombie, and then he'll go and use the move that kills zombie-type characters instantly.
Yeah. I wish our hair could defy all physics, like in Final Fantasy games.
I know, right?
Especially Seymour. That I don't even know what to say about that. It looks like some messed up steer's head.
Yeah. But I hated the third fight with Seymour. Oh my god. Anyway, the first fight's in Makalania Temple, second fight's in Bavel, third fight's on Mount Gagazet, and the fourth fight's inside the final dungeon.
Damn you, Serenia. Now I'm wanting to go back and play all these old games.
I'm good at that, apparently.
And my backlog's already full with tons of new games that I haven't beat yet.
I just wish I had the money to afford a lot of these new games. Then maybe I wouldn't be so sour towards them, I guess.
Well, I don't know if it should give us away. I'm sure these people figure out by now we don't live too far away from each other. I can eventually let you borrow some of them if you want it. And
true.
Hey, maybe you could even do some Let's Plays of those.
Possibly.
It'd be hilarious to see you do Deus Ex and do horrible at it, because I know you're not good at that type of game.
What, is it like an action type game?
A little bit.
I mean, I'm alright at action games, but they're not my favorite. I just think that the market's kind of oversaturated with those type of games right now.
Well, Deus Ex is more of its own beast, though. It's not really either.
That's what I've heard, and I've always been kind of curious to check it out, honestly.
It's more first person than anything, but it's got its own mechanics.
Ah. So it's like an FPS then?
Yes, but at the same time, you don't have to play it like an FPS except for during boss fights, really. That's about it.
Oh. Well, that's kind of neat.
The boss fights are... That's what really throws the game off balance, through my experiences. The game itself, then you get to the boss fights, and they feel like they belong in a totally different damn game.
Oh.
They're kind of a... Because you get used to playing this style where you're being either sneaky or you're being a bit overpowering, but the game's relying more on storytelling than it is combat.
So in other words, it's kind of like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, except for then you get to the boss battles and it just turns out to be this big freaking slugfest. It's disorienting.
Ah. Speaking of Metal Gear, I still say the first boss fight in that game was the absolute hardest for me. MGS4, that is.
Oh. You have me a little confused. I'm like, which Metal Gear?
But yeah, God, that fight, it's like, that should not have been the first boss. Oh my God. Maybe I just sucked at that kind of fight, I don't know. But none of the other beauties gave me that much trouble. Oh.
I don't... after beating on the hardest difficulty, the one that I think gave me the most trouble was I'm trying to Raging Raven, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the second one.
Yeah, that one on the hardest difficulty was stupidly hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, I've beaten the game on hard, which was surprising. I didn't think I could. At least I didn't think I could pull that one off, but I did. I did very poorly, I think. But I did okay.
It's not an easy game to make it through without getting caught. It really isn't.
I really should have left the game at a cliffhanger earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. But yeah, as you saw, we just beat the mother. And the game's still not over.
I'm distracted here.
A little bit, that, and I'm kind of half asleep as it is. I'm feeling drowsy at the moment.
Come on, everybody, let's have him play Demon Souls. So you can rage quit.
Oh, good lord, I don't know. Me and really hard games don't mix. That's why I haven't played I Want to Be the Guy yet.
Sometimes when a game gets you really, really mad, that can make for awesome LPs.
Yeah, I've noticed. But then again, a lot of players have Schadenfreude. So, aha, here we go. That's a good cliffhanger. So, alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. So, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Have a nice day.